Right, hi guys, and this is video number 5, and we're going to look at charging, legal charges, flanks and the resolution of multiple combats, how to allocate hits and whatnot. So to kick off with, we have a unit of lizardmen spears in the centre, and they have a line, an imaginary line that runs right across the front of their base from corner outwards. And if you want to charge that unit from the front, there's no problem there, so long as you start with the majority of your base beyond the front line. So they're facing this way. This unit of simian cohort want to charge, and you measure the distance from your unit to the nearest point of the unit that you wish to charge to. So in this case, the simian cohort charges the corner of the lizard spears. Now then, because the lizard spear's front is not engaged, what must happen is the simian cohort spins and slides to maximise frontage. So that's a legal charge from the front. So anywhere in the front, we hit any point on the front of the lizard spears and we rotate and slide to maximise frontage. So that's a frontal assault. If we wanted to make use of some flank manoeuvres, what we could do is, if the simian cohorts moved in here as a group, a double group, they could attack like that, and that simian cohort could then lend his, actually they're wrong around, so that simian cohort could then lend his support to the unit that's frontally assaulted. Now if you wanted to order this unit separately and you want to charge the flank of the lizard spears, you could do that even if you were beyond the front line, so long as the front of the lizard spears is engaged. So the front is engaged, the unit is pinned, and you are allowed then to charge in the flank. So you get +1 for being charged in the flank, and you get your +1 for charging. And these two units then combine their dips. So these guys' effectiveness is 4, so they get +1 for charging, so that's 5. These guys' effectiveness is 4, they get +1 for charging, that's 5, so that's 10 altogether, and they get +1 for the flank, so that's 11 dips altogether, or 11 dice if you're using the dice technique. Because hits are all being allocated at the same unit, you dip all together at once, and so any armour saves that the unit you're attacking has, or any armour classification that the unit that you're attacking has, is applied once. So there's another situation that might arise, and certainly much less frequently, but let's say this unit attacked the lizard spears and this unit was wiped out, and let's say there was no movement from the lizard spears in the following turn, and the simian cohort wanted to engage. Now he's beyond the front line and the lizard spears is no longer engaged to the front, so what he must do is slide to maximise frontage. Alright, so that keeps it simple. As well as the front line, there's also a side line. So if I attack this unit with the majority of my base on the side line, I can attack the flank, that's not a problem. If he's not engaged to the front and I'm beyond the front line, I must spin and slide. If the majority of this base is beyond that front line, I can charge the flank and the front doesn't need to be engaged, so that's legal. And it's exactly the same with the rear. So there's a side line there at the rear. If the majority of my base is beyond that side line, I can charge the rear and the front doesn't have to be engaged, or the flank doesn't have to be engaged. Now then, resolution and how to allocate hits. So in this situation, two bases are together. The lizard spears score hits on the simian cohort. The hits are always allocated to the base in front. If there's no base in front, they're always allocated to the base at the side. If there's no base at the side, they're always allocated to the base at the rear. If you're charged in the rear and there's nobody at your front, you must fight the first round of combat being charged in the rear without turning. The following phase, if you're still not engaged to the front, what you can do then is turn that unit round free of charge and free of move in order to face your attacker. that's it basically. That's a resolution of movement and allocation of hits. Trying to keep it simple. It certainly makes large engagements easier to manage. You can see at a glance who's scored more wounds and who's coming from which flank, so you know which bonuses and negatives to apply in certain situations. So I hope that explains that for you guys, and stay tuned, and we'll probably look at artillery and monsters next.